Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today with another Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guide. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks again for the support on this channel. I'm having a lot of fun going through these Raid Champions. Thank you for joining me along the ride. So we have Mistrider Daithi is going to be the topic of today's video. He's a brand new, I guess brand new would mean like hot off the press the last few days, right? He's a newish, relatively new champion added to the game. I want to say maybe a few months ago now. Sylvan Watcher, he definitely fits the Sylvan Watcher aesthetic. No lore on this guy. There's really little lore out of all the Sylvan Watcher factions, so nothing to share in terms of this dude's backstory, but again, really cool. He's got kind of the face paint going on here, and what's better is his kit. His kit is super cool. Again, Force Affinity Sylvan Watcher Epic Attack-based champion. Sinister Llama says, can we get a Mistrider Daithi soon? He has a decreased defense on the A2 and lots of extra turns. I don't know if he's worth my time or not. Well, we will discuss that in today's video. Pineapple pizza. I am a fan of pineapple pizza. I like a little pineapple, a little ham, a little Hawaiian. If it's done well, it's going to be like a good pizza, right? What about you guys? I'm sure this will be the most polarizing thing I ever say on this channel. Obviously, he likes it, right? You need to do a guide on Mistrider Daithi. I've heard he goes absolutely ham in a Relentless set. We don't have him built in Relentless, but we can talk about why that would be a viable option in today's video. And then we have Rajib Ishrak says, I don't know, but Mistrider Daithi does a lot of damage. I don't know, but he does a lot of damage. Okay, he brings increased attack and increased accuracy and extra turns. If you like, could you give him a try and showcase him? Much love right back at you, Rajib. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. This guy, he does have a lot of extra turns, which is the coolest part of his kit. Just really, really beautiful synergy here on this champion. At the very least, I can say definitively, he's going to be amazing in Sylvan Watcher's Faction Wars as a decreased defense champion. Really, probably my favorite in the faction right now. Briar Arrows on the A1 attacks one enemy, has a 60% chance of removing one random buff from the target. Also has a 20% or 10% chance, excuse me, of granting this champion an extra turn on the A1. So really good A1. I love the chance of an extra turn because it synergizes again with the rest of his kit really well. Sorry guys, I did a 3-hour video on my main channel yesterday, and my voice is kind of tapped from that. I'm not sure if you can tell. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys have been there too, but sometimes when you're sick or whatever, it feels to you like your voice is just barely clinging on, but then if you hear a recording of your voice, you sound totally fine. That's how I think I feel right now. But anyway, I feel like I'm barely speaking. Squall of Shafts. Interesting name. We got a 4-turn cooldown here, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance of placing a decreased defense for 2 turns, grants an extra turn if decreased defense is placed on all enemies by this skill. So the first thing that you might notice is it's a 4-turn cooldown, cannot be booked down any further. So you might say, I'm not interested in that. But don't worry, we get an extra turn as well on the A3 guaranteed, right? So again, because of the extra turn on the A3, it will allow him to get back to this sooner. Thus, it's really akin to a 3-turn cooldown. And you get a possible extra turn on top of that as well if you land it on all enemies. On the A3, Hunt the Mists, 4-turn cooldown. He places an increased attack, an increased accuracy on himself for 3 turns, and then grants an extra turn. This is a great ability. Obviously, you're going to get more damage and a great extra shot at either building him for more nukage and slacking a little bit on the accuracy, knowing that he brings that for himself in his own kit, or, you know, just extra accuracy is always a good thing when landing debuffs in the arena no matter what, right? So he's also bringing accuracy in all battles by 40. I have to say, forget just Faction Wars. This dude, if you're looking for a great combo of easy to apply decreased defense because of the increased accuracy, a lot of damage and a lot of extra turns, look no further than Mistrider Daithi. He's definitely one of my favorite Force Affinity decreased defense champions out there for epics in the entire game. Really, really fun kit. Let's take a quick look at his multipliers here so you can take a look at the damage. We have a 3.8 strong rating on the A1. That's a really, really good multiplier there, attack base. And on the A2, we have a 3.9 multiplier on the AoE attack. And keep in mind, he's bringing the increased attack himself as well. So really, really cool champion. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I have him built today. I have a very just basic build on this champion today. We will be trying him out in the arena. I think he's a great arena debuffer, right? Because again, you bring the increased accuracy. Generally with arena champions, not there's never too much there's no such thing as too much accuracy, right? So bringing extra for the arena is going to be fantastic. And then having the potential extra turn after you place, hopefully on all enemies, is really, really cool. You can go into the A1, you can remove a random buff from the target, and then another shot for an extra turn, right? So you can do some really fun things. You could put him in Relentless Set if you wanted to for PvE and just hope to get even more extra turn procs along the way. Like, keep in mind, you're already getting it on, two of these abilities anyway, potentially without the Relentless, okay? Perception, Divine Speed. I want him fast, obviously. I want him to go before my nuker to debuff properly, and I want enough accuracy on him. We don't have a ton of accuracy, 289, but again, we're going to get almost 150 extra accuracy just through the buff and the extra turn on the setup. We have him pretty fast. We have him at 95 and 223, but do not worry. We're going to bump up that accuracy even more on this champion, and we're also going to bump up that crit rate to 100%. So let's go ahead and do his masteries together, guys. So I want to give him kind of a little bit of an arena nuker vibe. Arena nuker / debuffer, a build. But to be very clear, you can use this build really anywhere, right? It will be very, very good against waves of mobs in Doom Tower or any dungeon that you can think of in the game. So let's go ahead and give him that extra 5% crit rate to get him up to 100. Let's go with the crit damage as well. And then let's go with the Heart of Glory, increased damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with full HP, which will hopefully be the case on a Go First team inside the arena. He'd be a great debuffer to use on a Go First arena team to farm your Great Hall. Like, for me, if I pulled him on my free-to-play, I would use him. And by the way, confession, I don't know how to do this on my main channel. Like, I have a free-to-play account that's not free-to-play anymore. I spent $20 on some chickens so I can actually show some more realistic champion builds rather than have everybody +4 ascended on my main account. But I guess I can't call it the free-to-play account technically anymore, right? Free-to-play-ish? Mini account? Smurf account? I don't know what I should call it. Anyway, I'm going to pick up Whirlwind of Death, right? Increases speed for each champion killed by this champion. Ruthless Ambush, increased damage for the first hit on each enemy. Come down with Cycle of Violence, a chance to decrease a skill cooldown if we exceed 30% of enemies' max HP. We'll come down with Wrath of this. Yeah, no, let's just go Kill Streak here. And then let's go Methodical, and then let's go down to Helm Smasher as our tier 6 option. We'll fill out the rest in a little bit, but I do want to go Support Tree first. I want to go with Pinpoint Accuracy, Charge, Focus, and Swarm Smiter to, again, obviously get the most bang for our buck out of the Accuracy Masteries. We do have 3 basic sets on this champion, so let's definitely go with Lore of Steel. Now, we have a choice to make here on this champion. Do we want to go Master Hexer? Or do we want to come down Cycle of Magic and go with Lasting Gifts? A chance to extend the duration. I think I'm going to go Lasting Gifts, believe it or not, guys. Because I think it's more powerful on this champion to extend the duration of his self-buffs, increase accuracy, because we're going to have that increased defense because of all the extra turns. It's going to be up quite a bit anyway. So I think it makes more sense to give him the extended duration of increased accuracy and attack. But, I would say really close call on Master Hexer or Lasting Gifts. You know what? Maybe we could do away with Methodical and go with both of them. That would be another option for you guys to consider. So those are the masteries. Oh, by the way, for just general PvE content, I would probably the only thing I would really switch here, most importantly, is War Master in for Giant Slayer. That's if you're not using him at all in the arena. But even this build, as I mentioned, you can really use it in both areas. We have accuracy on the banner here. We have crit damage on the amulet. We have defense on the ring. Can go attack on the ring as well. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go with attack on the ring because, again, we're not so concerned with survivability at this point. You know what? I have no silver right now. Forget it. Darn it. But yeah, for the arena, we just want him to nuke one time and hopefully do a lot of damage and debuff everybody and set up our second nuker on the team, right? Either way, we have attack percentage on the chest, we have speed on the boots, and we have crit damage with crit rate as substats on the rest of the artifacts here. Looking for crit rate wherever we can find it so we can justify putting those crit damage gauntlets on him. So, I think perception sets do really, really well on this champion. I mean, I would definitely recommend going perception, or I guess Savage Lethal if you really wanted to get some nukes, some big nukes out of this champion, or Relentless. You know, Relentless is definitely a viable option as well. Heck, you could even go Stone Skin if you wanted to for the arena. Just make sure he's protected, right? So there's that option as well. In terms of blessings, I like Crushing Rend on this champion. Ignoring this, the first hit will ignore a certain amount of defense depending on their level. So we're only going to get like, 1.5 defense or so ignored with the level that we have it on right now. But if we can get him eventually, all the way 6-star blessinged, awakened, I guess is the word, each hit will ignore, in the arena, will ignore 6% of defense, which is not bad. And we get extra crit damage and speed and HP and everything else as well. Other blessing options for this champion, I guess you could go with Cruelty. You could go Phantom Touch if you wanted to. You could go Chainbreaker on him. Chance at removing any of the CC debuffs at the start of the turn. For me, Chainbreaker, I want the fill turn meter too. So I don't go Chainbreaker unless I have I'm lucky with a 5-star awakening on a champion. That's just kind of my philosophy on this mastery, but it's nice to get that extra accuracy as well at level 4. I guess other options on this champion, I mean, heck, you could go Dark Resolve as well, right? So there's a few different options, but personally, I like Crushing Rend for a little bit extra damage. Kind of synergizes well with Ruthless Ambush as an arena nuker as well. So, guys, that is the build. I think we've spoken about pretty much everything in terms of the base stats here. 229, 100, 233, 311 now with some attack and a little bit of survivability. Now, if you're using him for Faction Wars or in any sort of dungeon for your debuffer, in that case, I would definitely go probably sacrifice some attack, especially on those accessories, the ring, and depending if you go accuracy or something else on the banner. I wouldn't be afraid to go HP or defense, even on the chest on this champion. The most important thing is to keep him alive. So similarly to like we say about like Stag Knight, champions like that, going HP percentage on the chest, not the end of the world, right? What am I doing in Guardian Ring, dude? What is it with me lately? I go to battle here in the dungeons. I'm in the Guardian Ring. What's going on? All right, let's go to the classic arena, guys. Let's just go ahead and start out against the first team here. We're going to be using Arbiter as a speed booster. We're going to use Prince Kymar as a control champion and a buff remover. Hopefully deal with that stone skin, right? And then we're going to use, obviously, our debuffer is Mistrider Daithi. And then our nuker is actually going to be Dirindil here. So he's a really good Force Affinity nuker. I like having both Force Affinity champions together. That way we can kind of neutralize any Magic Affinity matchups that we go into, like this one. So let's see how we do here, guys. I want to pay attention to see if his debuffs are landing, and obviously want to pay attention to see if he is, how much damage he's doing. So here comes his self-buff ability. So this is A3. Now we have increased accuracy. We have increased attack. We're going to come in here with the AoE. You know what? I'm just going to go A1 for now because we have 2 sleeping enemies here. I don't want to wake them up. And then we don't get the extra turn, which is fine. In the same thought process here, we're going to go in with the A3 of Dirindil. Very nice job there, man. Wow, what a nuker. We should do a guide on him sometime soon. We're going to go with the turn meter boost here from Arbiter. And we'll come in with, we're just going to A1 here. Get that turn meter down a little bit. Apply a weaken to, what's it? So, oh, okay. I was like, how do we already have everything reset? I didn't even notice that Kymar reset abilities there. Okay, let's, well, we don't need to use the A3 at this point. We already have the debuff. So let's go in with the A2. And again, the damage was pretty good for a debuffer, you know? Now we can go in with our nuker now that the debuffs are actually up. And he crushes there. Wait, how did he get the cooldown? Oh, Cycle of Magic. I'm like, what happened there, man? All right, we get the 4-turn lasting gifts now. Granted, a negative affinity matchup there. We still do land the critical hit, but Samar Gem Cursed is going to be down here in a matter of seconds. So there we go. I was so, for a quick second there, I was so confused at what happened. All right, King Johannes, what do you got for me, man? Here we go, here we go. All right. Let's again take it off auto here, come in with the increased attack. He does bring increased attack for himself, but he's a little selfish. He's only giving it to himself. He's not going to give it to Dirindil as well. Again, with the Kymar, let's just do it. Let's just go in and wake everybody up anyway and see what, dude, I mean, not bad from our debuffer, right? Our nuker has, and he gets an extra turn because he landed the decreased defense on everybody. So we're going to come in here, poke away, and kill Ultimate Death Knight, and now we can come with our big nuker, you know? And not bad. I mean, they did basically the same damage there, right? Very impressive champion here. Let's go ahead and do another one. Here we go. I'm just being on the lookout for too many Spirit Affinity champions, obviously, a team like this, but against Magic and Force, absolutely beautiful team, right? So again, we're going to come in here and do the same thing. I do want to check real quick on his A2. Let's see. Attacks all enemies. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was placing the debuffs before his AoE or not. He's not. So that was really impressive damage then, factoring that in as well. So here we go again. Coming in. Self-buff. And again, I mean, you could just be cautious and go in with the A1 and get a chance to have an extra turn, but I'm just going to go ahead and do the debuff again. Let's slow it down. Look at the animation on this. Boom. Okay, he gets turned into a sheep. That sucks. That's going to happen with any debuffer in the game, unfortunately. That, there's nothing we can do about. Gets turned into a sheep for 2 turns, so let's see if we can stay alive while we get our poor Mistrider Daithi back into a champion again. All right, so we will go in again with the dispatch them. They don't have the revive up anymore, which is great. Let's see if the sheep can kill Drexthar. Nope. Come on, sheep. Okay. All is well. We got turned into a Sylvan Watcher again. Here we go. Scylla's still 2 turns away from her whatchamacallit. Revive. There we go. It's a hard-hitting analysis you've come to expect from this channel. She's 1 turn away from her whatchamacallit, boys and girls. All right. He dies there. He is squishy. Keep that in mind. But we get the job done. All right, let's keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. All right, let's go against a little bit of maybe a faster team. Ultimate Death Knight is everywhere, huh, guys? Okay, here's a faster team. They get a Skull Crown in the lead. They get Gaius the Gleeful as well. We're still going to go first because they don't have a turn meter booster on their team. But let's just see another. I mean, is this how it is, really? In gold 4 and 5? Is every team Ultimate Death Knight? Again, we could have went in there with the A3 on UDK, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we'll easily kill this team. That A1 does hit hard, doesn't it, guys? Pretty impressive. I could have just A3 into Syl, but we're getting lazy here. Let's go ahead and reset abilities. I guess we'll self-buff again. Why not? And we can't really do much here, so let's just... Oh, we can remove buff. I forgot. I forgot that he has the buff removal on the A1. I mean, I meant to do that. I went to do that. That's actually really handy against Skull Crowns in the arena, right? And Leos in the arena. That's really handy. This is all Spirit, not the team for us, guys. Not the team for us. Let's refresh, try to find a little bit more of a tough team. How about this one? This is a little bit more formidable here. Mighty Uko, Pytheon, more meta champions here. Let's see what we can do. I will note that Dirindil's doing some pretty nice damage, but I have him in really crappy gear. I don't have him in... so it's probably unfair to compare him to Mistrider. I don't have him in any sets. He has he just has random gear on him because I don't really use the champion. But again, let's come in here in the A1, see if we can not wake up everybody on the squad. Let's go ahead and kill there. Mighty Uko will go ahead and revive, but not if we can keep this turn meter down a little bit. Let's just reset the abilities, boost turn meter, come in here, and let's nuke here. Boom. Oh, baby. Grants an extra turn. I love this, dude. I love this. Just extra turns on extra turns. It's true. It is true. There's that A1. Nice job, man. Nice job on the A1. Yeah, this is like the first time I've actually played this champion for a while, honestly. So I have to say, pretty impressive, right? Let's go against this team here. This will be the last team that we go against in today's video. I think it's been a pretty good spotlight, though, so far. I like this champion. As I said in the beginning of the video, he can be your Force Affinity debuffer if you don't have a champion like, I don't know, Abyss. But even if you do, I love that he's bringing the self-buffs. Like, that is a big, makes all the difference in the world, right? Dude, another Ultimate Death Knight, man. One of these days, I'll start actually noticing when I'm facing him and start targeting somebody else. Either way, it looks like things are really good here. So going in with the reason I have Kymar on this team, because it might not be super intuitive. Like, okay, we have an AoE nuker, but we're running a sleep champion. What sense does that make, right? The reason we're doing that is, so that was just like kind of a random nuke. I did apply they had block debuffs, but at least we got Nishak there. The reason is because my Dirindil and my Mistrider are too slow. They're too slow as built right now. So I need somebody to go in there and interrupt the turns of the opponents. That's why I have Kymar. But normally, in a perfect world, I would have him properly speed tuned, so the other team is not going to go ahead and pass me and cut in line, unless they have like a Valkyrie or something. Or a Molly. All right, let's go ahead and revive, take the extra turn, come in with the A3. Give that Knight's Turn Reader boost, come in here and apply some more sleep. Let's A3. Whoa, 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 what are you doing, the electric slide over here? What is going on? Okay, that was interesting. And Mistrider, finish it. It's your video, man. Go ahead, self-buff, why not? Why not? Boom, there we go. All right, guys. Hey, Mistrider Daithi is a very cool champion. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but you throw this dude in Relentless as well for PvE content, I can see just endless turns, some really wild stuff there. So I think he is I would guess I would give him like a B plus A minus grade in terms of debuffers. Really, really great. I put him like a small, tiny notch below, like a Stag Knight and a Duck the Pierced. But yeah, really, really cool with all those extra turns. Solid champion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any champion requests, I would love to hear them in the comments as well. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.